Hey y'all, Jerisha Hawk here, income strategist and founder of the Goal Getter Group, where I help women who work a 9 to 5 build a business on the side. And I'm just grooving today. You know, makeup was good this morning, got a new lipstick, just jamming. Let me go turn this music off real quick. How are y'all doing today? Hello, hello. Go ahead and turn this off too. I hope you guys are having a great day. I am just enjoying the beautiful weather, enjoying this beautiful view. And I'm just like, I want to just hop on and chat with y'all. See if you guys have any questions, if I can help anybody answer any questions, and just, you know what, I just want to talk. You know, I know I've been getting a ton of questions since I left corporate. And have become like a full-time entrepreneur, and I figured, you know, I just want to go live for a bit today. I have about 25-ish minutes just to answer anybody's questions. You know, see if you guys have any questions. It's random open Q&A. We can talk about whatever you guys want, but I just wanted to give you guys also an update. So this week has been so interesting. When you kind of enter into this world of entrepreneurship full time, it's like the sense of freedom that you have is really unfamiliar. I know we all say we want more freedom, we want control of our time, but then like actually when you get it, it's like, oh shit, I have all this freedom, I have all this time, what am I supposed to do with it? And I don't know, I just think it's a really it's a new feeling, you know, and it's a cool one. But it's just, you know, it's a huge transition. Like you're really walking into a new space and stepping into a new season. And I just want to chat with you guys about it. Cause I don't know. I don't see too many people who do talk about it. And like I said, I'm just kind of in a good mood. And I'm like, I just want to hop on. And so any questions anybody has or maybe has been pressing to have, I'm down to answer. Hey Jordan, she said, what is the foundation? Oh, thank you, thank you. Hold on, let me give okay, boom, okay. So I'll do the whole review of what's going on here with my facial, okay? So here, this is a custom wig Bollywood bundles. Now that I actually have time, I will be actually actively selling these. So this hair is temple hair from India, custom colored, custom created. Okay, you know, giving you that like J-Lo, Beyonce, like I wish I had a fan, you know? So that's what we have going on here with the hair situation. Eyebrows. This is the NYX eyebrow pencil. It's like $9, but I think it's better than MAC. It's better than Anastasia Beverly Hills. Like it is my favorite eyebrow like thingamabob ever. If I need to show y'all real products, just let me know, or I'll come back and type in later what the description is. These lashes here, everybody's like, Jay, are those extensions? No, boo-boo, I've been saving my money so I can invest more in Facebook ads. These here are they're individual lashes, but I put them on myself. So you can get them at Sally's or Ulta or whatever. A pack is like $2. The glue is like $2.37, and all you need are some tweezers, okay? Spend 7 minutes or so watching a YouTube video. You'll get it all the way together, and you'll save yourself about $150 from getting extensions. These last like 2 weeks or so. You know, every now and again, one fall out, you just put one in, you just keep it rolling. Jordan, I'll help you out. Next time I see you, we'll get your eyelashes together, okay? Now the foundation. Some of y'all might be thinking she got that Chanel on. I don't. This is the Revlon, okay? Revlon. This is Revlon foundation. It is their like, what is it? Like medium to matte. It's like $8 a bottle. And I use the Revlon foundation with, oh, what's it called? Oh, hold on. Let me just go get the products. Hold on, y'all. Hold on. I'm giving all the goods today. This is all my goodness. So, I use the Revlon Color Stay Foundation. This is like the normal to dry skin. Typically, I like the one that has the pump, but they didn't have the one that had the pump when I went to Ulta, so I just let it go. But this is how I buy my products too, because y'all know I'm all about saving some coins. Ulta always has a sale, okay? So you got to be patient and be ready to do the sale. And normally you can get like buy one, get one free, or you can get them with 20% off. That's the only time I buy makeup, is when it's on sale and I can get my extra bonus points for my platinum membership at Ulta. So I use Revlon Color Stay. Someone said, how do you match yourself to drugstore foundation? You can actually like Google it. So I used to use MAC foundation, but to me it was just like super heavy. But you can like Google what your MAC color is, and there's like websites, there's smart people out there who've taken the time to color match. And that's what I did at first, is I just went, like I Googled what my MAC color was and then found somebody that had a dupe. And then girl, like if you buy at Ulta or whatever, if you are just like trying to figure it out, I'd go buy 2 or 3 and figure out what works and just go return them. Ulta doesn't care. So that's the foundation I use. This is the eyebrow pencil I use. It's the NYX Micro Brow Pencil in Espresso. Y'all, this is the best. So this is what it looks like. And I fill in my brows, whoop, 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 whoop. So that's that. And then for my concealer, I use LA Girl Pro Conceal. And this is in creamy beige. So I put this typically like right here, a little bit right here on my chin. So that's what I use. But then you gotta bake it. That's the juice. Like you have to bake the concealer. And I use the Ben Nye Banana Luxury Powder. Y'all can see it's almost gone, but I've had this for like years. Hey everyone. So I basically use this and put this underneath wherever I put concealer and let that bake and like set in. And then for my bronzer, see that little contour? Whoop, whoop. I use NYX Matte Bronzer in Deep Tan. And I just use an angled brush to just, you know, give me some definition. And then for like this little eyebrow highlight thing I got going on, or when I walk outside, you'll be able to see I have like a little bit of a highlight. I use the Laura Geller, that's how you say her last name, in the Glided Honey. And it just gives you life. So I'm not like super... The only other concealer that I love, I've bought NARS and it was not it for me. I love LA Girl Cosmetics, and it's crazy because this is like $2. But I also love MAC Pro Longwear Concealer, and I use NC42, I think. And that's the best concealer ever, but I'm just out of all of my bottles and I haven't had time to go. When can we get in the natural light? Y'all, so I am gonna be doing something for my goal getters. So if you are a member of the goal getter group, I'm thinking about having like a couch and conversations party at my house. Would y'all be down for that? And I'll have wine and everybody else just has to bring a dish maybe. And then we can just come over and hang out at my crib and, I don't know, talk about whatever anybody wants to talk about. But I thought that would be kind of fun. So this is all natural light. Natural light. Natural light. So I'll show you guys my view right now. This is my view. Tira, you can come. So this is my view. And this is why I look so bomb. Because of the God light. So if you don't have God's natural light on you on the daily, I would highly recommend getting a ring light. You know, get a ring light if you need one. But if not, you can use God's light and it's free. And you can look fabulous on your videos. Okay? So, yeah, I was not expecting to talk about makeup, but good stuff there. Latoya, yeah, maybe we can get y'all zoomed in. And Tiara, you're in every program. You gotta come. But I wanted to like a couch and conversations thing at my crib. I don't know, I just think that'd be fun. What other questions did y'all have? Any questions at all? I'll talk about whatever y'all want to talk about today. I'm just super happy and I feel good. I look good. Sorry to move you over there, but you just look fab. Oh, Jordan, you do not have to apologize. We talk about moving the needle in our business, but we have to look good. We got to feel good before we can make a good business. So I think we got to talk about all the beauty stuff. I'll show y'all my outfit too. So these earrings are from Target, I think, or maybe Nordstrom's Rack. They're just like whatever, regular pearls. And then this is just a gold necklace that my homeboy gave me. No idea where it's from. And then I have this little like cloak jacket thing on, you know, like, whoo, you know. This is from Boohoo, I think it's called. And it was like $12. And everybody's like, Jay, where'd you get that from? Is it from Saks? I'm like, no, girls, from the internet for like less than $20. And then I have on green pants and a gray tank top. And I'm going to have on some black, like, cute strappy heels because I have a lunch that I need to go to. And I want it to be like casual but cute. You know, like casual cute. Like, you know, like how Sarah Jessica Parker would just walk down the street in New York looking freaking fabulous. But it's like, oh, I just threw this on, you know? Like, that's how I want it to feel today. Oh, Kishira, she said she needs to give me one of her lipsticks. Feel free. I would love to try out your stuff. All right, so let's see what other questions we had. Hey, Tiara. Hey, Treasure. Thank you. Hey, Kelly. Hey, Nala. So how was your first day of freedom? I cried. I cried in the morning. My very first day I cried. I've been crying a lot lately. I've been like super emotional. And I think it's a good thing. I think it's just because like this whole, it's like you put all these things on your vision board and you say that you want all this stuff. And we talked about this last night during our Goal Getter Mastermind. But like when you actually start to achieve the success that you've been working for, it's like, whoa. Like you almost sometimes like pump the brakes and make yourself stop from going into that next level. And it's really all about like the mindset of realizing that like, yes, you've earned this and you deserve this. Like you need to be open to receiving and accepting it. And just let it happen. Like stop fighting it. You've been working for this and now you're here. But my first day, something that I've been focused on is that I think when you're transitioning into a new level, like meaning you're going from maybe, you know, college to going into the workforce, or going to the workforce and quitting and going to be a full-time entrepreneur, or maybe you're entering into a new season of life. Maybe you just had a baby or you just got married or whatever the new season is. I think that you have to have a separation celebration. Meaning like you need to do something that like disconnects and feels different from what your old world was, because this new world is different and it needs to feel different. So one thing that I did on Tuesday was I had a separation celebration. And instead of me waking up and just like working like I normally would on any other normal day, I went to the spa for the entire day. Because in no world would I ever go to the spa on a Tuesday and stay there for like 5 hours. Like it just, I never normally would do that. So that's what I did that day. You know, I ordered expensive fruit that was way too much money, but whatever, from the side of the pool, and I got a hot stone massage, and I'm just driving home and cruising, like, you know, going like 5 miles an hour below the speed limit just because I'm in no rush. And I get home and Jordan Gill surprised me with an awesome edible arrangements. So I had that waiting for me when I got back home. And I just like, I don't know, I just didn't worry about anything. I just tried to really visualize what I wanted this new lifestyle to be. Like, quite honestly, I ran around my apartment half naked most of the day. I watched, I didn't have Wi-Fi that day. You know, I just read my book, I journaled, I meditated. Like, I just let myself, whatever I had written down before on like what that great day was, I just tried to embody that and just do something that was different from my normal lifestyle. Tiara, yes, me being naked is typical. However, not in front of these big windows. This is new. This is new. So, I don't know, I'm just being risque. Like, if somebody see me, somebody see me. But you know what? I'm in a new life. I'm in a new stage of my world. I'm okay with it. So that's what I did. But it was really, really good and super emotional. Super emotional. And it's still really weird. I shouldn't say weird. It's a new feeling. It's really unfamiliar to have this level of freedom. But I am so thankful that I have some bit of structure, because I know we talked about this in a previous video on you don't have to take a leap. And I don't believe that everybody should just take a leap. It's all about how can you build a bridge. And then you get to a space where you have the option of just to choose to walk across. And for me, that was how it worked. Like, you know, and that's why I don't feel like this immense sense of pressure now that I'm going to be paying my own bills with the money I earn, because I built a bridge. You know, my foundation is set. Like, I kind of booked myself out in clients for the most part for the rest of the year. I have like 3 one-on-one coaching client relationships left open. And then outside of that, I won't be working with anybody else one-on-one outside of my elite ladies and those additional 3 one-on-one coaching relationships. But I've booked myself out for the year. So I know that I have steady income coming in, and I know I have way more than I need from a financial standpoint to cover my bills for the rest of the year. And so I don't feel that sense of pressure, meaning like, oh crap, how am I going to make money? It's because I've already built the bridge. Like, I've already built a foundational layer of my business that's going to financially support me, so it takes that pressure off, rather than just like me quitting my job a year and a half ago with no idea what the hell I was doing. So for me, that was just what worked, and kind of what I think for other people may work. Like, you don't have to take this massive leap. You can just build a bridge while you're working your 9 to 5 and, you know, gracefully transition out. So, and also now it's created space for me to like create new things like corporate dropout. We had the video series going. There's probably going to be a corporate dropout program at the end of it all. You know, it gives me time to do speaking engagements and just take vacation and go visit my friends, and just to go on the beach just because I want to go on the beach, and just look at different avenues for me to grow my business in a way that, you know, before I really didn't have the space or capacity to. Like, I want to start selling this hair because it's so amazing. Like, it's Indian temple hair. Like, it's raw. This thing is the best hair ever. But before, I didn't have time to really focus on this. So because I built this bridge and now I really gave myself some sense of security and stability, it allows me like kind of the space to be creative and kind of put out new things that I've been wanting to do. Like, I want to have a couch and conversations party at my house for my ladies in my programs, you know, do more in-person events, do more workshops and stuff like that. So I guess I don't even know where I was going with this, but just now my schedule, I'm able to build around all of that rather than feeling like this, I have to go get money, if that makes sense. So yes, Tahira said, I'm going to the spa later today. Drisha, you inspire me because I haven't got my nails done this year. Yay! You have to make time for you. Like, you have to make time for you. Especially us women, and I think a lot of us here, we're so like mission driven and we want to give and we want to serve that we forget that we have to give and serve to ourselves too. So one thing I've had to do is like literally put it in my calendar before, like once a month I have a me day where it's just for me. I don't do anything else for anybody else. I don't do it for business. I don't do it for the family. I don't do it for friends. It's just a me day. And whatever that me day may be, like sometimes my me day is just I want to eat Cold Stone ice cream and lay on my couch and watch reruns on Netflix of The Prophet. And that makes me happy. A me day might be, you know, me going to the spa for 3 or 4 hours, or a me day might be me doing a staycation and like getting an Airbnb somewhere else in my city locally and just unplugging, or, you know, going to visit one of my girlfriends out of state, or, you know, just treating yourself to a movie, or like whatever it is. But we need to be scheduling at least some time that's just for us. And for me, before I had to put it on my calendar or else I wouldn't do it. So get your me days in your world. Rachel said, I'm driving my car listening to you and loving your energy. Oh, thank you, thank you. Tori said that gratitude will get you all the way choked up. Yes, agree, separation, celebration. Sierra, I love you. Hey, Taylor. Yeah, catch me in the replay. I'm having a hard time building my bridge. I always get a feeling of being overwhelmed. Maybe like what feels overwhelming? I think also, especially while you're building a business, while you're working a 9 to 5, some of you guys have families, have kids, you have other like personal responsibilities. You have got to be kind to yourself. Like, and realize that this business isn't going to just happen overnight. Like, it takes longer than 2 months. It takes longer than 6 months. It takes longer than a year. And like, even for me to be in the spot that I'm in now, like 14, 15 months after I came up with the idea to get started, like, this is just the beginning. So My League Teal talks about this all the time, and I think that I can't say it any better. But when you're going into this idea or walking into this space of building something that's bigger than you, which really your business is, it's going to be bigger than you. You need to give yourself 3 years minimum. The first year is all about discovering, like figuring out what the hell you're doing, who you're serving, what you're going to sell. Like, give yourself the space at least for a year to just figure things out, hire coaches, like work with people, just discover whatever it is that you're doing and get a grasp of it. The second year is all about, okay, now you know what you're doing. Like, how can we tweak adjustments, get our processes down, work with a Jordan Gill and like get your system set up, like really start honing in and like solidifying what those things are. And your third year is all about scaling and like going nuts on it, because now you have you know what you're doing, you have a process in place, and now you can like skyrocket and take off. So for a lot of us who are in this space and we're building something, I see so many people giving up way too soon. And it's like, Jay, I've been doing this for 3 months and it's not working. I'm like, y'all, that's nothing. You look at some of these major brands and these individuals who finally got their chance. I mean, they've been doing it for 10 years, 15 years, 30 years before they got their break. And I'm not saying that it should take you 30 years before you see a profit, but like, stop giving up so soon. And if you are willing to give up so soon, then maybe you don't want it that bad, and maybe you do need to gracefully release yourself from it. But like, give yourself the space to create. Like, you guys, we're building brands out of nothing. We're literally taking an idea that we have, nobody knows who the hell we are, and we're trying to create a platform, create a community, and like build like a movement around it. Shit's not gonna happen overnight. So like, and I know it's hard. I think in this social media world, we're so used to instant gratification, and it's hard, I think, as employees. When you work for somebody else, you're used to being able to get a job, I show up, I do the work, and in 2 weeks I get paid. That's not how it works in entrepreneurship. Just because you build it does not mean in 2 weeks people will come and you will get paid. And I think that's a huge mindset shift you need to be able to detach from, especially while you're still working your 9 to 5, that yes, in that world, you can show up, do the work, and get paid every 2 weeks consistently, but that same method is not going to work in entrepreneurship. You can't just build it, you show up, you do the work, and in 2 weeks people will come. Because in this world, you have to not only build it, then you need to tell people to come, then you need to give people a reason to stay consistently over and over and over and over again. So and I think for a lot of people who work in a job, it's hard for them to see that, I guess, the difference in the mindset and how it all functions. So be patient, and be kind to yourself. And if you are at a space where you feel like you've been doing a lot on your own and you feel like you're stuck, it's probably time for you to either go talk to somebody else, maybe, figure out what the gap is. Like, is there a piece of a strategy that you're missing, or a piece of something you don't know how to do, and maybe you do need to hire somebody or work with somebody to get you over that hurdle. But also, regardless of where you're at in business, you have to be in a supportive community. Like, that is a non-negotiable, because as you are growing your business and building your business, it's damn near, we can't do it alone. And if I didn't have all of my support, all of my personal mentors, my coaches, my business besties, quite honestly, my clients, I would have lost my shit a long time ago. Because you have to have people you can bounce ideas off of, call them when you're freaking out and you feel like life's about to be over. You need to be able to make sure that you have the good support network. So that's what I'll say about that topic. But I think it's completely normal. I mean, you're building something new. You're walking into uncharted territory. You're stepping out into a new space. It's going to feel overwhelming. It's going to feel unfamiliar because you're not used to it. But you learn to get comfortable being uncomfortable. And like I said, you need to make sure that you're working on your mindset so you can be open to receiving the abundance that's coming. Because sometimes we block our own blessings because we don't know how to receive it because we're not used to it. So really work on that space. Courtney said, where do where do you go for your day-to-day motivation? Let me know if that was a question, Courtney. Where do your day-to-day motivation? Where do I get it? Where do I go? I'm motivated by the fact that I'm going to die one day. I mean, that's like, quite honestly. I think so many of us are living as if we're going to live forever. And we forget that we have one life and that one day it's not going to be here anymore. So that motivates me more than anything, because I'm driven by this mission and this legacy that I want to leave behind me. And I don't know when my day is going to end. Like, I could leave my apartment and die today. And I know people like, that's morbid, don't think like that. And I'm not expecting, I mean, I'm not like, like fearful of it. But we're going to die one day. So I think for some people, y'all are living like way too comfortably or way too like lackadaisical, thinking that tomorrow was promised, because it's not. So for me, I get a lot of motivation out of that, just me being completely honest. And just because I want to make sure that I like leave a mark on this world before I go. So I'm really in tune with what I want my legacy to be and what I want what my vision of my life is, like what I want to be known for. So for me, I really believe, at least for where I'm at in my life right now, my purpose is to increase the representation of women, especially women of color in higher level leadership roles, both within corporate America and entrepreneurship. And when I die, I want to be known for moving the needle in that space. So how can I equip more leaders, change corporate cultures, build more profitable business ladies so they can have this domino and ripple effect on the world because I showed up and supported them in doing that. That's really what I'm driven by. So my motivation comes from that. And I don't know, for me, that's just really the big thing. Like, I look back at just my childhood and how I was brought up. I mean, some of you guys know my story, but I mean, I grew up without my parents. And my mom left when I was 2, but I met my mother for the first time a year ago. So 25 years of my life had passed before I had seen her or talked to her. And one thing that I learned, and I've always been really driven and very motivated, but this really just amped it up a bit, is when I met her, she told me that, she was trying to abort me. And when you realize, I could not have been here right now. Y'all, this might not have been a reality if things would have been different 26 years ago and I was aborted. But it's we take for granted the life that we have so often. We take for granted so many things for so often, but your life is one that you should cherish and just have precious gratitude over. The first thing I do the second I wake up every morning is I thank God for letting me see a new day and just thank him for my life, because it's not promised. And you never know when your last day will be. So if you're looking for motivation, remember that you are going to die one day. And really, what do you want to do with the world? And I mean, what do you want to do with the life that you have right now? And that's why I moved into this place and chose to walk across my bridge, because so many of us are waiting for when we move, waiting for when we make more money, waiting for when we get that new job, waiting for when we meet our husband, waiting for, the stars to align or whatever. Fuck all of that. You guys are waiting for what? You might not be here tomorrow to continue to wait for it. So what can you be doing right now, today, with the actions that you have and with the resources that you have to get you one step closer to what your great day is, to what your happy is? Because you don't have to wait until you're in retirement to start living. You do not need to wait until you meet the man or, get the new job or get relocated or wait for Trump to get out of office to start living your life. And to me, that's all excuses, because the shit's hard. And it's not easy, and it's much easier for us to make excuses and blame our external circumstances on why we're not living the life that we should be living right now, when in actuality it's all bullshit. And it is. So don't get me wrong, I know life happens. I mean, I've been through my series of trials and tribulations, and so has everybody else in the world. But when you really think about how blessed we are, if you live in America, and even if you make minimum wage, if you're at the poverty line, you're still richer than 80% of the world. If you make $25,000 a year, $20,000 a year, somewhere in that bracket, you're still richer than 80% of the people in the entire world, because you live in America and because poor here really isn't poor. And it's just, I don't know, when you think about that, and I don't know, me doing international travel, it really opens your eyes to how blessed we are just because we're Americans and because of like the access to resources and things and people that we have. So many of us just take it for granted. So I don't know, I'm motivated every day by the fact that I might not be here tomorrow. And there's a legacy, and I'm really in touch with, I want to be intentional on making sure that I leave a mark on this earth before I go. That motivates me more than anything else. But I think something practical you guys can do if you are lacking that motivation is like so I have the How She Hustles planner, and this is like the daily practices that I use in my own personal life. So you guys can go on the website and get it yourselves. But one thing I do in there is every day I write down 3 things that I'm grateful for. Because it helps you practice gratitude. It helps you not think so much about the things that you don't have, but to identify the things that you do have. And like for some of you guys, like money is a situation, you know, maybe you've been through abuse, like whatever it is, you're still here and you're still a child of God, and that will never change. And through him, all things are possible. And I truly believe that. So, you know, and people are like, well, I don't have money to start a business. Like if you have access to internet, that's all you need. And if you don't have a computer, there's a library. If you don't have internet, you go to Starbucks, or Panera. McDonald's even has free Wi-Fi. There's always a way. So every time you think of why you can't do something, I want you to think of 2 ways you actually can do it. You know, like if you don't have money, like you could go sell your clothes at Plato's Closet. You could go to a garage sale, buy some shit, flip it on eBay. I know some people who donate plasma, I can't do that because I have really low iron and they won't take my blood at any Red Cross event. But that's a whole other thing. So I just think you are going to die one day. And your day may be tomorrow, maybe a month from now, maybe a year from now, maybe a decade from now, maybe 80 years from now. But life is not promised. And I don't know. I think if that doesn't motivate you, I don't really know. I don't know what will. For me, that's really huge. Elena said, what was a turning point in you when you finally said, fuck it, and started your own business? So I've always had an entrepreneurial spirit. I started my very first legit business out of need. So in college, I ran out of financial aid my senior year. And if I didn't come up with $12,000 in the matter of, I don't know how many months, I wouldn't graduate. And I was like, I'd be damned if I've given, 4.5, 5 years at that time to my education and I didn't walk across that stage. So, and I didn't have any other way to come up with that much money and I thought I could sell drugs, I could strip. Neither one of those options were a good option for me. So I started my first business because I needed quick money to pay for school. So that's how the first business got started. And when this business got started, I don't know. When this business got started, it wasn't like I hate my job, I need another out. It's always that I've loved every job I've had, because I won't take a job that I don't get fulfillment out of. I just won't work there. I'll go work somewhere else. There's way too many companies out here for you to work for a place that sucks the living life out of you. And that's another story, but I love my job and I loved my job. But I started this business primarily for 2 to 3-ish reasons. So one, when I started my first business in college, so many people were coming to me saying Jay, how did you do this? Which it naturally turned into me consulting them. But then 2, when I stepped into corporate America and I looked at my chain of command and nobody looked like me, I said fuck this. Why aren't there more women in these higher level leadership roles who have power and authority and honestly the access to the money to make decisions? And that was a huge game changer for me because I started doing all this research and realizing that there's really a lack of representation of women, period, in corporate America, Fortune 500, government, nonprofit, pretty much in every sector. However, on the flip side, we're graduating, at a higher rate with, educational degrees. We're starting businesses at a higher rate, but yet we're leaning into an infrastructure and getting nowhere. So for me, that was my fuck it moment because I'm like, fuck this. I'd be damned if I'm 35 years old still being an individual contributor and I want a seat at the table. But I don't want just a seat at the table because they need to fill a diversity quota. I want to have a voice and have influence at that table. So I was charted out on this mission of how can I do that? And I kept seeing all these things that I could do 10 years into my career. But I'm like, I don't want to wait that long to start making an impact. What can I do right now? And that's kind of also what feeded into the Goal Getter group getting started, is because I'm like, if I can empower women to live more intentionally now, that will prepare them for the leader that they need to be tomorrow. And that's kind of how all this got started. So again, all of my stuff personally for my fuck it moment is all tied back into like my legacy and my mission of like, I don't know. I'd be damned if I'm 35 and I can't have a voice at the table because nobody else has carved out that path or charted that route, or whatever the case may be. And it's like, I want when the next curly haired black girl walks in this door, she knows where she can go. If she's interested in that higher level, like leadership, there's a carved out path for her. And there's like policies and programs in place that will support her along that journey. So that was my fuck it moment to starting my first business, is because I didn't have any money. And if I didn't come up with the money, I wouldn't graduate. And the second one was really just a need of their, supporting more women and getting to that space. Great question. Micah said I do daily gratitude every morning. Chanel said I'm too old to sell at Plato's, but I just listed in Let Go. Yeah, I know what you mean, but there's other apps that you can sell your clothes into, or eBay, Amazon. Oh my gosh, there's so many people on. Hey everybody. Hey Ava, Christy, TJ, Leandra, Samantha. Hey everyone. So I hope that helps, guys. Just thank you guys. I just wanted to hop on today and say hey and chit chat. If you guys have additional questions or stuff you want me to answer, just leave it in the comments below. I'll probably be doing more like random Q&A makeup sessions in the future. Hey Whitney. But I do gotta skedaddle and get to this little lunch meeting. But I really appreciate you guys. Thanks for being supportive. I know a lot of you guys are interested in this whole corporate dropout shebang that I have going on, and like I mentioned in a previous video, I am doing a 3-part video series over the next month, all about how I went from being a full-time employee to being a full-time entrepreneur in 14 months. So if you're interested in that free video series, all you have to do is click the link in the title of this Facebook Live, and just give me your name and your email address. And next week, you'll start receiving emails from me about when the video series is going to be, and just more information on all of that good stuff. So feel free to join me for Corporate Dropout, the video series then. And if you guys have other questions, or like I know I mentioned, I only have 3 one-on-one client openings left for the rest of the year. So if you're interested in working with me one-on-one, either just go on my website to jerishahawk.com/coaching and fill out an application and get on my calendar, or just shoot me a private message and I'll chat with you soon. You'll be on during the day now. Yeah, I will be doing more during the day stuff. I'll still be doing night stuff for my 9-to-5ers too. So I'll talk to you guys soon. Enjoy the rest of your day, ladies and gentlemen. Bye, y'all.